Oh, thank you for the music in the background. And today is a fiery day. Today is a sad day for me, but I will move that off to the side momentarily as we all collectively take a deep breath, including you, Kevin. And one more deep breath to remove the immaturity of Kevin. Sometimes life brings us sadness. This morning was a passing of a very good friend of mine and a good friend to a lot of the Las Vegas music community, and we'd like to do this short meditation in honor of Jerry Jones. I am smudging him right now. Smudging him. He's in a haunted room. Life is fluid. Life is powerless. It's all about experiences, which will be a topic of discussion for today. So come to me now. His timing is terrible. That's good. I even do the slow snap for you. Hi, Kevin. What's up, brother?
I think today we should dedicate the program to Jerry Jones. Um, I learned about this, I'm sure, like a lot of people did on social media today. I did not know Jerry Jones all that well,
Sad
um,
for you.
but I was, by the outpouring of love and support from our Las Vegas entertainment community, it seemed that he was a very well loved man who I know probably spent a lot of the last couple of years in a lot of pain and struggle with his health. So
What I really appreciated through his struggles in the last couple of years, especially, any opportunity that he had to not be on a dialysis machine or be in the hospital, which was many times. He ended up back in the hospital a lot, but he he used that time to go out and be around and sing. He would sing even when he wasn't feeling well. He loved to sing, and he used that time. And that part of the discussion for me is really about life experiences, right? And then what are we doing with the time? And it's fragile, and we don't know what it's going to be. When our time is going to come, and so being sure that we're capturing experiences, right?
mhm.
Going back to the idea that we're spiritual beings having a human experience, right? So because we can get caught up in work, we can get caught up in negativity, can get caught up in our own. We don't feel good, right? I don't feel good every day, and then I don't really feel like it. Like what was that movie? Yes, Man. Was it Jim Carrey? Who was? He just started saying yes, right? Kind of a funny movie.
Yeah.
But like, how many times do we say no? I'm a good example of that. I mean, you've asked me to, it's a lot of times it's last minute, but hey, you want to go grab a bite to eat? Oh no, I don't, I can't, right? And I've tried to move things to make that work, but a lot of times I do that. I just, it kind of makes me want to just have a blank slate of schedule, right? Not everybody can do that. I can't even do that, but like, to where that we can just fill our life with experiences, and it's not realistic to do that all the time, but we can schedule those experiences. And Chris and Roni and his kids went to Disneyland this last weekend, and Jack went to Minnesota and played and with good friends of his, and you know it's tough. Hey, let's say hello to some friends here. Yeah, Denise from New Zealand.
Hi,
Yes.
Denise.
uh
Hi, Patrick. Hi, Anita. Some great people here with us today, again, as always.
yeah, yeah, man. So what are you doing with your life? So you're at the Pfister Hotel, which is just a brilliant name for a hotel. Spelled with a P though, right? Let's be clear about that. And it's a haunted hotel. It's a famous hotel. You were saying that most every president stayed there.
It's haunted. It's yeah. It's we're in our hometown of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We
Where did you go? You went somewhere else to play though. You flew out. Where did you go to play?
yeah we played in Bloomington, Illinois. A wonderful festival, and it was
What day was that? Saturday?
Saturday, yep, and then Sunday. It's about 2 hours south of Chicago, and Sunday
Okay.
we drove up to the city and decided we were going to spend a couple days in one of our favorite cities in the world, Chicago.
Yeah, it's a great
And
city.
last night
Great,
was
great city this time of year,
oh,
especially.
it's
Unbelievable. Yeah,
magical.
yeah.
And yesterday we celebrated our anniversary in Chicago, which
Big
was
one.
what we wanted to do.
Big anniversary.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
thanks, man. And then we got a couple days to chill in our hometown in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Then Thursday we drive about 6 hours north to Bayfield, Wisconsin, which is right on Lake Superior. Another gorgeous part of the country to see this time of year.
Yeah.
Play a big outdoor festival there on Thursday night. Friday on the 4th of July, we travel to Rochester, New York, and play at a winery in New York on Saturday. Sunday, we're driving into the city to see our daughter, and then on Monday, we'll fly back to Vegas.
Yeah, fantastic. So when you guys were on that last trip, you guys stopped on the side of a river and did a cute little video. And like that's what I'm talking about, right? I mean, you could just put your head down and just, touring is a funny thing. Like a lot of times I've toured a lot where, we just didn't get a chance to really do anything, right? You play, you're grinding to get to the next town. You might be 6 hours away if your agent sucks balls, which happens. Sometimes the routing is the routing, but you kind of miss out on the experience of the road. I love when there's time on a gentle tour that it's not so crammed up when you have a day in between, right? Who doesn't love the days off? So a lot of times you get 2 days off. You schedule it that way, but like you guys seem to. One thing about you, the Docksiders, is I mean, not the other guys per se, but for you and Aaron and Max, it's pretty great.
Yeah,
You get you.
I made a career in my younger days of being a tour manager, and you learn a lot when you tour and book the travel and figure out how to get in and out. And I would just like to say that at this stage of my life, you okay there?
I think I'm dying.
You take a, you
Quick.
take a rogue hit over there or something? What happened?
No, I drew some water and it went down the wrong the pipe. It never happens to you, I know. Yeah, right. So you learned some ins and outs and then you applied them. But
And then
even still,
now you do it. Now I try to be, I try to be a little bit thoughtful about how I plan our travel.
there's sometimes we're powerless over. There's an opportunity and you got to make it work, right? And you lose out. But anytime you do have an opportunity, you're doing the right thing, which is a great way to do it. And I also saw that you're going for America's uh what is it? Best
Favorite.
couple? America's favorite couple. You got some competition. I saw Murray join that. And so what makes you guys America's favorite couple?
Nothing more special or less special than anybody else. It's one of those contests where you have to pedal for votes, and I
So
put it up there, but I really haven't asked people to vote.
you didn't ask people to vote for Best of Vegas and you won that. So, but my question is what brings somebody to the point of, hey, we are America's favorite couple. We want to be America's favorite couple. So to do that, and I'd love to ask Murray the same question, but for
We
you, like
we
what?
Aaron and I were just asked to be on a real podcast, and we did an interview about I can't remember the name of the podcast, but it's about romantic love stories and how you met. It's a really great
Yeah.
podcast. The two of us were interviewed for about an hour, and then it's going to be edited down or something. And we told our story.
What's it
Right?
called?
I don't want to butcher it, so I don't want to say the wrong name. So I will let you know when I go back through emails. I don't want to do that right now.
Okay, so on the podcast, it was revealed that you guys are America's favorite couple.
No, it wasn't. And then this opportunity came up for what do they call it? They call it an advertisement photo shoot. The winner gets like a photo shoot, and you tell your love story. And Aaron and my story is kind of charming how we
It
met,
is.
and we just thought we would throw our hat in the ring. I think first prize is like 20 grand, and we're in the process of buying a house, and
Yeah.
we thought, man, if we got lucky enough to win it, that certainly would be helpful for some of the down payment and all that
So
sort of.
is this international or is it national?
I think it's just United States, and the winning couple gets like a photo shoot in Vanity magazine or a Variety magazine, which is an industry magazine. It's
Yeah,
going to be
it's
an
pretty
ad, right? It's not going to be a
Well, it's still it's
okay, but
yeah,
we'll say something about
it's
it.
still cool.
Yeah, we'll see.
Huh. Well, you
And I
better.
saw Murray and Danny are in it, and
Yeah,
Vinny and Liz are in it.
yeah.
Oh, great! And we have some other friends that we know in Phoenix
So
that are
you're competing against some of your friends that are doing
great.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice. Huh.
yeah.
I'm just curious about that. Does one have to think, oh my God, we're America's favorite couple. Let's do this. Or do you just go, hey, let's just do this because you never know. And
We
then do
just
you
thought our
campaign?
story, we just thought our story was compelling, and you had to tell your story.
And so it's a free vote, and then you can buy. It's one of those deals where you can buy votes. Not you. I don't know about you, but people who want to vote more than one time can pay.
You can donate and pay. So
So the money goes to what? Because they're going to raise more than 20 grand and whatever the ad costs. So it's another American capitalist scam preying on vulnerable artists that want recognition. I like it.
it's not
It's
about
great.
art, right?
Not you guys. In general, think about that. People that buy it on that stuff, it's like, oh, I want recognition and I want this thing, and then they're willing to pay for it. It's I find it intriguing where we have gone with social media and where we have gone with
We're not going to pay.
going back to experiences. 20 grand would help buy a house, but 20 grand would be a hell of a vacation experience for you and your lovely
Yes,
wife and
that would
Max
be
and
incredible.
Gabby and Noah even. And you bring your parents for that too. So anyway, interesting. I found that interesting. Good for
And
you. Best of luck. I hope it all goes well.
what they do to try to you know, uh, get you to buy votes or get people to buy votes. So currently we are fifth in our group, which
Great.
I don't even know what that means.
And that's all. That's no campaign, just a couple of posts on social media.
I don't know what that means. Like, what is my group? Like, we're in a grouping with other people, or
You're very, very loved. I tend to think the way they do that is to make you feel like you're close, so you keep campaigning. Maybe you are, but then they put that out and put that out. Over the years, I've done tons of stuff with music stuff around that, and L.A. has, what is it, NOLA award, like all these little word things, and it's just all. It feels a little weird to me, because I know in my heart that Jolie and I are America's favorite couple.
you guys are America's favorite couple.
I just
I voted for you.
you voted
I
for
did.
me.
Yeah, I saw your post, and I was all in on.
Yeah, didn't post on that. I didn't join that. So, Sonia Felberg, yeah, you know what, Sonia, you're right. It's here's a comment about Jerry. She knew him well too. Yeah, no power, and it's getting hot in the
Can you
house.
tell me a little bit? Let's spend a little more time talking about Jerry. Let's pay him some tribute on the show. I really didn't know him well. I know Clay worked with him in my band, because they did.
Oh, your band?
From
You mean in the Docksiders?
Yeah, Clay from the Docksiders. Yeah,
Oh,
he
okay.
did my band, and he worked with Jerry on the Kenny Davidson Steely Dan tribute thing. I think Jerry
yeah, you're right.
Together for that.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
He was a big
stuff.
vocal guy, right?
That was what he was known for, was vocal arranging and singing and vocals. Yeah, and he was butter voice, and could do anything, and easy to work with, and just a kind, soft spirit. I met him when I first moved here. I feel like it was through Kenny Davidson that I got connected. Either that or Dennis Blair, one of the two of them. But he was always in the circles everywhere, and he came over here with Shay Arnder and was doing some vocals with Shay. But he's worked with everybody.
Life is fragile, man. You know what? As we're getting to be a certain age, life is turning out to be more fragile than it ever appeared to be, right? Like Jeff Walker loved Jerry. He was such a wonderful person, one of the many Vegas folks who welcomed this random Canadian into your wonderful community. Very cool, Jeff. Thanks for sharing that memory.
Yeah, Jeff probably interviewed him at one point, right?
Sure. Did you ever do Jeff's podcast?
Yeah. Why? Been a little while. What's the Brian Hopkins comment? Hey y'all, what's up, Anita?
Brian said 100%. Brian,
this one here. Together.
Oh, he said you and Brian are in America's favorite couple together.
Oh, what?
Congratulations. I told you I voted for you both.
Brian, I would definitely do that with you, but I don't want to upend Kevin and Aaron's dream of, they're going to buy a house and they need the money for that.
I get the funny, Brian. It's lost on Shapiro. He's so lit.
I didn't understand it, but this is a serious conversation we're going in and out of. So
the best part about this conversation today is you guys didn't get to see what happened right before going live.
Oh, fuck, let's redo it. So this prick, last week he made a comment. We had the Conjurers on. Great. I love they're amazing people. And he makes these comments about how
Mike-
he does everything and he gets the guests and
Mike Jester said, "What logo is on your hat?" That is our friend who has a local THC brand.
Actually, Kevin got them. This is Kevin's grab. He got these guys to sponsor, and they gave us a bunch of merch and everything.
But I think Mike did that logo. Is why he's asking.
Oh,
yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
Is this Mike's company, or he's the graphic designer?
Mike Magistro is the best graphic artist in the world. The end.
This is really cool.
Yeah. I'm telling you. I promise you this. Yeah.
Is that backwards?
Mike, did you design that? Mike Magistro, if you're still listening, please write it in the chat that you designed that.
He's not listening. He got his credit. He ran. I designed that logo.
Designed that logo. Yeah. It's a cool freaking logo, dude.
Did you guess at that, or did you know that they were connected?
I'm guessing. Listen, Mike Magistro touches only the coolest brands in the world, and
he didn't do Reckless in Vegas, so that's just not true.
I'll give you his number. He's not cheap. But listen,
will you give me some of your 20 grand when you guys win that I can give Mike to do a logo?
You can't get good and cheap, right? Good and cheap.
AI is changing that a little bit.
Yeah, fuck guy.
Yeah, no. But it's a true story. Yeah.
Anyway,
I wouldn't use it, but it is true.
Are you putting your music through AI?
Oh yeah, we're gonna run everything. I just said, hey, write us a batch of tunes, and so they're just incredible. No, these are all the arrangements we've been doing for a while. But I don't think. See, people are missing something with that. We're moving around a little bit, but people are missing something. Like, so I've been in the studio, and we did a Beatles song for fun.
How's the album coming?
So it's coming. So we've got all the drums are done.
I'm just gonna shut up and listen.
But let me go back to it though. So so yeah, you can use AI. Sure, great. But I'm in here, and you've been in the studio as a producer, as an artist, all the other musicians, any other musicians that are on this that have done any studio work. It's about we talked about experiences, right? So this is about the experience of doing it. AI, what experience is there? There's no life experience, right? If AI
living,
what's that?
How do you know it's not living?
AI?
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about it. Let's say I chose to use AI to create.
What if AI is really a guy named Phil sitting in the basement of somewhere someday?
But as an artist, for me, I enjoy the process when I'm in the studio working on it. So we've got 15 drum tracks done, we've got 8 bass tracks done, and I've done some scratch guitars that some of them were keepers on a couple of the songs. But then I jumped off and we recorded an original, and I was working on that, sketching that out, and then we recorded the Beatles' Don't Let Me Down, which we had to put bass on. But here's the point. The process is, for me, is the joy of it, right? And yeah, it's easy to do AI. Also, the writing. Why didn't you use AI to write your book? Could have wrote your book. You could have put some bullet points in and had AI write your book. Why didn't you choose that method?
Because then it would have been me.
What was the experience of you writing that book, though? What did you walk away with?
Very negative.
Come on, seriously.
I've struggled writing that fucking book. I sat and cried, and it was emotional, and it took a toll, and there were points that I didn't want to go through, that I had to fucking make decisions about how I wanted to relive it, right? It wasn't just spew, and then refine. It was like consciously, how much attention do I give to something that was so negative in my life, right?
Okay, so it was hard, it was challenging, and it was at times it felt like you didn't want to go through it. It was, you hurt through it, some pain.
Me?
I heard you say it was painful for you, right? Some of it was painful for you to sit down and okay. So when you got to the other side of the pain, once you accomplished it and you did your final edit and the overall experience, I'm not saying little parts of it weren't hard and painful. You could have used AI and not had to go there, but you chose to walk through it and into it and through to the other side. You didn't go around it. You walked through it. So at the end of the day, what was that experience? Was it, you say negative. So if something is painful, does that equate to negative? Is that what you mean by that?
Some people would equate pain to not being positive, right?
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
pain for you positive?
It is in the sense that it's almost like failure for some people is a negative. For me, I don't mind failure because as long as I can navigate it, understand it, inventory it, and change the navigationally correct, to me that's not failure. That's a success. You same thing. I'm wondering if you look at your if you take a 30,000 foot view of your that process for you, at the other side of it, do you feel some healing and some resolve and some self-esteem and walking through that and creating that and sharing that with people. So do you don't you are, did you forget to circle back and look at what you accomplished and look at the whole thing as a and
No,
it's a,
no, I'm very like I think the reason why it seems so foreign to me is that I'm very grateful every single day for whatever.
with avoidant though because
Yeah.
yeah, well
Oh
that's
yeah.
avoidant. Yeah, but man, dude, but
Oh
what
yeah.
makes us what,
Listen. I firmly understand, and now more than ever, I get. I am sitting here because of my failures. I'm sitting here because of my unwillingness to give up. I'm sitting
ironically that's the theme of the book and what you went through, right?
right, right.
Right. So for you to
But,
say it
but
was
it's still painful.
let me ask you I didn't ask you if the book wasn't painful, but let me ask you the question again. Do you need the
Yeah,
question
there's
again?
no pain.
Well, it's about okay. So
Okay, did
it's
I
about
misunderstand where you're going?
no. Let's go back. So it's about losing out on the experience of it. Yes, you could have had AI write that, and you wouldn't have felt any of those. Your emotions ran
I
they
agree.
ran the gamut, right?
But listen, you and I are the same in this regard. We're artists, right? People, it's no different that I'm painting with a pen and a paper or dictating into Word, what my thoughts and ideas are, and then refining my painting. It's no different than you putting scratch guitars on and then going with a sharper pen.
You wrote a book about experiences in your life. When I sit in therapy with my wife and we talk about difficult stuff, I want to worm out of it and I want to get to the solution and fix it really quick. I don't like to sit in it very long. What you did, you were forced to sit in some of those stories and evaluate and what do you want to share?
And
It's
to your
painful.
point, and to your point, there's no fixing it anymore, right? I can't go backwards.
Well, no, I'm saying the fixing it is where we're getting confused. It's not about that. It's about understanding the root cause, what happened, what could I have done different, what was my part. Do I owe an amends? Do I need? How can I not? When you're hiking up a mountain and you know you're going to hike up and come back, it's good to look back on the trail so that you recognize it when you come back down. Otherwise, you can get lost in the forest. So that process for you and for people who go through a process and journey. Look at my inadequacies as an engineer or a producer or questioning what I like and don't like. When you get into the recording studio, that stuff comes up. I don't avoid going there because I want to make it better and make it the best that I can do. And after listening to something for a while, I'll go, oh, you know what? That's not it. Or feedback from drummer or feedback from bass player or feedback from producer. That's how we grow and it's the experience. And I just wonder if I wouldn't want you to miss that part of what you accomplished in your book. That's all, man.
Yeah, I think we're talking about two different things, right? I think we're I understand what you're saying. What I was trying to say was that it was hard to relive things that I can't ever go back
That's fair. Yeah, man. That's
in.
fair.
Right? Like
Yeah.
I can't. There's guys that have passed
Yeah.
that there's no amends, right? And
There is an amends actually. There's a way to do
I
that.
agree.
Yeah. Living amends. Yeah.
I totally agree. And that's what I posted on social media yesterday. Something that made very poignant sense to me about closure, right?
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's just an interesting way of thinking, right?
Did
Like,
you use AI to write it?
oh, absolutely. Yeah.
But so go back to
I used a guy named Phil that sits in the corner.
the original point though is that by using AI to do yes, you can do that, but we lose out on the experience. That's the whole point of this whole thing right here. And the experiences though, painful, challenging, joyful, celebratory,
Your,
whatever they are.
your description is not lost upon me.
Thank you, dude. You're so it's.
I need to
Are
acknowledge it.
you a contrarian like moi?
I feel like you're thinking I'm not hearing what you're saying, and
We were talking about AI.
I am accepting, and I am hearing, and I am acknowledging.
Yeah. Well, that's good because I didn't want to write you off as one of those guys that would use AI to create a product that was better than what you could do so that you could be successful. Like that would be to me would be very disappointing, Kevin Suker. And I don't think you're that guy. So that's good news.
That would be like if I printed out that butterfly and stuck it on a canvas and told you I didn't do it,
Yeah,
right?
well, that's pretty far fetched. You
Well,
wouldn't do that.
that's the equivalent of what the conversation that we're having is.
Yeah.
I'm going to pass something off as my own.
I did like your AI photo though, where you had guns. That was pretty
I
cool.
did fuck
Right?
around with that, right? Because one can dream.
Well, I got that one that I got from I think it was the JDRF event where Jolie and I did. You could take a picture and then it created like a AI version of it. I was like, man, I look pretty chiseled. I kind of like that. It's on my desk proudly, but I know it's not me. So, yeah. So okay. So you're off. You were off Sat. You have a show. Did you play here Thursday and Friday? Or you played here Thursday
Like Thursday, Friday.
and then left.
Got up Saturday morning bright and early and made it to Chicago. Drove right to the gig, set up, sound check.
Yeah.
Did an amazing show. And then, a couple of days of just, recharge a little bit. Aaron is downstairs in the lobby of the hotel right now.
Happy anniversary, by the way, right? Let's go back to that for a second. Billy Gallagher. Billy Gallagher says, "What's up, fellas? Did you guys ever connect, or is he still blowing you off?"
That guy doesn't even respond to me.
Come on. Don't say that if it's not true.
Monday's dark, and he walked by me and he didn't even talk to me.
Stop it. You guys worked together come on. You guys had conversation. You're joking.
He didn't look at me. I
Here's
was like,
the problem.
this is
You
what
know
happened.
what? If you cry wolf all the time, dude, wolf.
this is what happened. I said, Billy,
Billy, are you still watching? Please tell him he's full of shit.
We hung out at Monday's dark.
Yeah.
We hung out. What the fuck?
But did he ever get back to your text messages though?
No, he's
That's
still
weird.
shit out of me for that one. Yeah.
Well, is that true? Tell the truth.
He did. Yeah. You want to see the text message? And
Yeah. Yeah, show it. Let's see if there's any action from Billy.
Michael's he needs to see proof of everything that
Just with you, my friend.
Just with me, right? Because he thinks
because you bullshit all the time. I can't tell whether you're.
I tell you if I'm not bullshitting. That's how you know I'm not bullshitting. Assume I'm always bullshitting until I tell you I'm not bullshitting.
I don't like that. You know what? This is it. We're done. This is it. You're gonna have to get a new podcast host. I'm out. I can't take it anymore.
We made it 70 episodes.
I think we're good. I think we should wrap this up as the final episode. Kevin's going to continue on with a new host. We don't know who that will be. Everybody should send their audition.
March 25th. Billy
Nothing. What's the works for me? What was that?
Dude, hope you're well. Need some hands to help us break down, move gear, and set up again. Pretty regular gig. Have anyone?
Nothing. What about that? Well, that works for me. Okay, tomorrow works, but you guys never connected?
This was back in
1972.
2023, May of 2020.
Okay. You're right. You're telling the truth. And Billy, I don't understand it. Hold on.
He's a busy guy.
He told me. Oh, wait a minute. Is there a text that corroborates? Hold on. I put that up too.
I automated the show. I had to.
Because of you, Billy.
Text me back.
So there's a life experience that made things better, right? A guy he flaked on you. He blew you off. Didn't want to give you time of day.
He told me Billy's busy.
And he forced you. Yeah. He told me he didn't need anyone. No, what about this one? He told me he didn't need anyone, Kevin. Did you tell him that?
Michael, I can't even remember what I had for breakfast this morning.
Yeah. All right. So how's the concussion? Hey, how's the finger that you thought you needed a cast for? All of a sudden, is that all better for you? How's the finger?
Are you fucking with me?
No, I'm being serious. How's your finger?
You laughed, though, before you answered.
You called me. I go, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm going to the hospital. I got to get my thumb. I think my thumb's broken or fractured. And then I'm going to probably get a cast up to my elbow. And then all of a sudden, you were having a barbecue that night.
We never talked about this, right? I'm gonna say something. On April 30th, I was involved in a very serious car accident.
We never can talk about it? No, we avoided it.
Never mentioned it. I never said anything about it on social media.
Horrible accident.
Very, very few people.
Are you okay to talk about it now, though?
Would you stop interrupting?
Well, I don't want to screw up a legality, making you have some issues with.
I was involved in a very, very horrific car accident where the woman that hit me died.
And several cars. And
I was mortified. She hit 9 cars. And I was at a red light. I wasn't moving. And my car was totaled. And I was injured very badly. And I am still suffering from injuries from this. And I have been told by my physician that some of these injuries might take time to show their ugly heads. So I believe that
60 days later.
That it's not 60 days. It was
50 days ago. If it was 50 days out from the accident, all of a sudden your thumb started.
It was about a month after the accident.
Okay.
It started hurting. and it came out of nowhere. It wasn't anything. Now, I braced on the steering wheel
Thumb
because
around.
in the last tenth of a second in my rear view mirror, I don't know what made me look, but I saw this shit coming. And it hit so hard and so violently, and I tensed up. And let's not talk about what my head did and my neck, but I felt like I tore the muscles in my forearms and up into my biceps because
And that
it was
wasn't the shock. You
so,
know, you ever feel shock when the shock goes up your arms? You ever
yeah,
feel that? Okay, it's adrenaline, right? You get a big jolt of it.
yeah.
Wasn't that? You were talking about something different.
This was to prevent me from, I was wearing a seatbelt.
But your airbags didn't go off.
Airbags didn't go off, but the whole front of my car was wrecked, right? Which is strange, right?
It
You'd
is
think
strange. Yeah.
the whole front of the car is gone because I got hit from behind very
Right.
hard, hit the car in front of me.
Why did the airbags not go off on the rear impact?
Could
Yeah.
still to this
Tesla,
day,
ladies and gentlemen, Tesla, just so you know.
have no clue. Now I'm alive.
Let's go back to the thumb. So last week the thumb hit a point, right? Go ahead.
No, no.
Oh, it's been hurting the whole time.
About a month ago, I started noticing something, and
Dumb.
I was on stage, and something happened, and I lost the feeling at the tip of my thumb
Huh.
for about 48 hours.
Could that not have been part of the neck injury?
Yeah,
Yeah, the nerves, right?
where it could be, but what was strange is it came back, like the feeling
Yeah,
back in
which
the tip
could
of my
be a
thumb.
neck thing.
I don't know. I don't know what I did differently. Anyway, I'm grateful that the feeling came back. And I have now been to 2 physicians, and I'm seeing a third tomorrow here.
I thought we figured out it was arthritis.
Well, this is what they're saying, but when there's something wrong with your body, you just know that
I
there's.
can't go by that with me, dude. I walk around thinking if my throat is sore, oh my god, I got cancer and I'm dying. Like I'm that guy.
So what they did is, the first guy just X-rayed it,
Yeah,
and he's
that
like,
shows arthritis. X-rays will show arthritis.
you don't have a break, but you have some arthritis in your thumb joint. And he said, let's just put a steroid or a cortisone shot
And you said no shots.
in your thumb. I said, listen, I'm traveling in a day. I don't want to not feel good playing some shows while I'm gone. If I'm going to need some time to heal it up a little bit and rest without having any movement, let's talk about it when I get back. So he said, fine. But I'm out here on the road and I'm miserable.
It's hurting now.
I can't. It's significant, and so I called my guy here in Wisconsin, and he's gonna get me in tomorrow.
Denise has way more empathy for you than I do. I could give a
I don't
shit
know,
about your thumb.
Michael. You don't have to be empathetic to me.
Of course I'm empathetic, you jerk. I was kidding.
Thank you so much, Denise. I appreciate it.
Wow.
Some of my friends feel kind enough to
Now you're gonna take that and run with it.
say sorry for my thing.
She's very sweet.
I'm grateful that I'm alive. If I would have been in a different position, in the
This
car,
is debatable for sure. I'll debate that. I'll take the other side of that one. Yeah.
the story could have turned out very differently, and I feel so bad that the woman
Perished.
that lost her life. It was horrific.
It was self-created because she had to be doing the cop said 80 miles an hour and down a one lane that was open. I mean, that just how did she lost control? I mean, did they do a toxicology with her? Was she
They won't
really
share anything with us, right? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to feel better. I'm seeing doctors right and left, and
well, in a month prior to that, that's when you had the head on your your electric scooter, right? That was a month. Was there a month in between? So this poor guy had a concussion from that, and then another concussion a month later. Which you didn't play football? Did you play football?
Very, very briefly.
Any concussions? Any head on head, helmet on helmet?
No.
Yeah,
my injuries came in baseball. If you had read my book, you would have known that.
Yeah, well, I for some reason I thought you played some football, but those injuries are not concussions unless you took one to the head with a baseball, and I don't think you did that. Or the coach hit you with a bat because you got a thick skull. I don't know. All right, listen, it's been great.
Has it?
True story. Yeah. You seem like you got a little vulnerable around the
Has it been great?
the process of well, this is my point. I feel like I'm not going to make it to 88, and I think that we should get you. I'm going to stay on until you can get Neil Portnoy, Brian Hopkins. You have a huge list. Vin, there's tons of guys that you could probably do this with, but like I just don't feel like I need to do it anymore with you because it's
Okay.
not fun. I want you to have fun, and you just said you're not. This isn't fun, so I
Well,
want
I
you to
didn't
be
say that.
happy, Kevin.
I just asked a question.
But it implied that you're not
Oh,
enjoying
yeah,
this. And
no implication.
by the way, what? So okay, so Facebook has
Billy
switched.
Gallagher just texted me.
Oh, beautiful.
I love it.
So Facebook has removed all of our previous videos, right? Because we posted them all as live. Which, are you with me? What?
He goes, we can talk about it. Let me know when it's good.
He's stringing you along, bro.
I love it. Thanks, Bill.
Um,
I love you, dude.
to a serious note here, though, Facebook has removed all of the previous content that we've put up because they were all live. Hey, ADD boy, can you focus?
Did they really remove all of our live videos?
No, there's about 6 of them up there still, or 7 of them maybe. But all they were telling you that if you do live videos, they're going to cut them off because of their storage or whatever. We talked about that a little bit last week. But we have all these videos. They're all on YouTube. The content's there. But I'm wondering, should we repost all of the videos on Facebook so that they're in our video catalog? Here's the thing, though. We lose some of the wonderful interaction that we've had with everybody who's joined in. We also lose the viewership thing that it showed. But so what is your let's talk about this on the air here live. What do you feel about that as far as what we've created? 70 episodes. We've had some great guests and great experiences. When you're willing to get honest and vulnerable, it's been beautiful. It's like 3 or 4 of the episodes you at least went there, which I appreciate. But the other, what do you think? Should we grab the library off of StreamYard and post them as videos as opposed to live? Again, you're not going to have any of that amazing interaction that we had with everybody that joined, but we need to think about that and then moving forward. And then you should be looking for a co-host that's going to be more entertaining for you because I want you to be happy and joyful and have a good time in life. Because remember, life is about experiences and life is short.
Great. Send us in who you think should be the next co-host. Just put
So,
it in the comments below, and we'll do our due diligence. Right? We'll reach out and we'll see who that'll be.
but hurry up though, because
Michael's trying to bow out. So,
but hurry up because Facebook's going to take it down. I don't. It's like a
yeah. Well, clearly, Facebook is the wrong place to be putting this.
well, yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't know. I mean, truth be told, we did this for fun. It wasn't for an outcome, and you know, and the outcome is it's not fun for me anymore. So, yeah. All right. So good to